I hope that better days are ahead that God allows you to see. And I say that respectfully. You matter and you are worthy. I do not energy harvest off innocent people's energy, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I do not steal anyone's destiny or identity, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I do not worship the devil. And I say that respectfully, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Loving yourself is not a crime. Loving yourself is not a crime. Have you felt rejected? Regardless of what trauma and pain was endured within you, you was rejected. Someone abused you, took your kindness for weakness. They mistreated you. They didn't know how to love you. Have it felt rejected? Showing up for folks at the end of the day that didn't know how to value your time and day. They had so much excuses when it came to their pain. But they couldn't be real at the end of the day because they was wearing a mask to gaslight everybody with hidden agendas at the end of the day, throwing spell work at you in a toxic way to make you dysfunctional. You ever been rejected? Ever loved somebody at the end of the day? And regardless of what pain was endured within you, you knew how to treat somebody right, to make them comfortable, to come out their comfort zone, to love them the correct way. Praying for them, not against them. Showing up at the end of the day, showing them that, wow, I ain't trying to remind you of your past when it came to mind games. At the end of the day, running game. You said actions spoke louder than words, and trying to be your best half that you ever had at the end of the day. Something that you're not used to, someone truly showing up for you to value your time and day. Ever with someone's peace, and you brought the best out of them in the most healthiest way, but they rejected you with pain. They had the run game at the end of the day to play you close, not to see you woke, to make you mentally unstable, dysfunctional at the end of the day. They had hidden agendas because they took your kindness for weakness. It's a thought process. Some of you ever been rejected at the end of the day? To come out your comfort zone and value someone's time and day. They not used to somebody being real. Without wearing a mask to gaslight them at the end of the day, regardless of what trauma and pain was endured with you from a youth at the end of the day, and it went into your adulthood. Ever felt rejected? You ever respected somebody only to be disrespected? Disrespected the most unhealthiest way. Did you deserve that day? Nah, you didn't. But God was showing you a different direction at the end of the day, what a rejection looks like up close in person for your protection at the end of the day. Everybody wasn't supposed to be part of your journey, let alone see your light, that you are worthy. But you knew how to show up for somebody, not to gaslight them, humiliate them, make them feel like they wasn't worthy. It's a thought process to me. That rejection at the end of the day, when you knew how to be real to somebody, but God was showing you at the end of the day, you didn't have to hurt nobody. When they try to antagonize your character at the end of the day to get you out of character, only to realize that, wow, how mentally strong you truly are at the end of the day, to respect your neighbor with no misintentions when they rejected you at the end of the day with their trauma. And God was showing you the way that you are worthy. They don't understand how you continue to elevate, to choose yourself, to better yourself when I was supposed to make you mentally dysfunctional because someone rejected you that day. Yeah, they didn't know how to respect you. They didn't know how to love you. They took your kindness or weakness. They played you close not to see you woke. They had all these mind games just to not see you better yourself. Only to realize at the end of the day, it was God's rejection for all the right direction at the end of the day because them folks was supposed to be part of your life. And God sent all the right people into your life to respect you with no malicious intentions. So you understood at the end of the day what a rejection looks like up close in person, that everybody not supposed to sit at your table, and that's okay. Because when God is truly protecting you, when you don't worship the devil, whole money ain't good money. Regardless of what trauma and pain was endured within you, you understood self-control, confidence at the end of the day, that you love yourself, to better yourself, to understand and come out that mindset of not being a victim at the end of the day. Childhood wounds at the end of the day. Yeah, it discouraged you when it came to pain, but you still knew how to respect your neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. When you were just trying to find peace within to better yourself, they didn't understand the adjusting of your mindset at the end of the day, that you wasn't trying to hurt nobody. You just knew how to respect your neighbor. When you truly praying for yourself, not against yourself, God will truly show you the way. God will show you at the end of the day While certain folks gonna come into your life to value your time and day without running game at the end of the day to play you close. Gang stalking, nah, it ain't gonna be part of your vision. And I say that respectfully. Something that you always pray for was genuine and real people at the end of the light. At the end of the day, to see the end of the light. The end of the day, to see the end of the light. Because the end of the light had better days at the end of the day. Because God was showing them your light. A beautiful light that God installed within you. Genuine and true. You ain't have to switch up on nobody. You know how to be real to somebody at the end of the day. They would never understand at the end of the day that, wow, everything I did that day to you, I judged a book by its cover, didn't know how to love you, let alone respect you. You was the coolest person I ever met at the end of the day. You gave me good wisdom when I least expected. I didn't even know I needed that day. When I cried on the inside and didn't show on the outside, you truly respected me that day. But I had malicious intentions, neighbor. And I'm sorry at the end of the day when it's too late, because God was truly protecting that child of God, the chosen one at the end of the day, who wasn't trying to hurt nobody, let alone project a negative energy into the universe. And I say that respectfully because they always knew how to hurt. They wasn't trying to hurt nobody. It's a thought process to me. When God is truly protecting you, when you least expect it, you understand what a rejection looks like at the end of the day. Never allow someone to play you close enough to see you woke. And I say that respectfully. When you genuinely not trying to hurt nobody, and you ain't got malicious intentions, it's like some of their thought process, they free in their pockets and their eyesight. Folks be out here saying that they so real at the end of the day. I'm real, I'm grown! And only for them to realize at the end of the day, they fall short when it come to common sense, actually meaning what they say and standing on business at the end of the day. And for their master fall off that, wow, they was truly mentally unstable. And you wasn't projecting pain on them. You wanted them to elevate in the most healthiest way. How God works in mysterious ways. To show them at the end of the day, it's too late. That door's closed for all the right reasons. No about face. It's a thought process for me. When God sends all the right people into your life, to show you at the end of the day that they're going to respect you and treat you right the first time around with no malicious intentions. Secret agendas at the end of the day. They ain't got to play you close not to see you woke. They all want to elevate together. Everybody wants to elevate together in the most healthiest way. An even exchange because you chose yourself to better yourself. To understand at the end of the day, you pray for yourself, not against yourself. Because you understood what a rejection looks like up close in person. When someone tried to dim your light that day. My content is not for everybody. It's not. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Regardless of my sexual orientation, I say this respectfully, I know how to respect my neighbor, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I pray for my neighbor, not against my neighbor. We are all not the same. So be mindful and wise who you allow to pray over you. And I say that respectfully because when you least expect it, someone could try to dim your light praying against you at the end of the day. They would sit there and play you close not to see you woke and only to realize that, wow, it wasn't your fault that day. It wasn't your fault. But don't get discouraged, and I say that respectfully. That's why you gotta be mindful and wise who you're allowed to sit at your table. Who you say is your friend at the end of the day. Or say that person got your back at the end of the day and this whole entire time they had malicious intentions. That's why when you pray for yourself at the end of the day, not against yourself, and you ask God for the right direction, God will show you the way. Who's truly for you, not to go against you. Who's truly for you is going to show up for you. Who's truly for you ain't going to have malicious intentions. Who's truly for you at the end of the day, they're going to see each other elevate the most healthiest way, not to dim each other's light, let alone be in secret competition. Where y'all know how to treat each other right. I say that respectfully. My content ain't for everybody, and that's okay. But loving yourself is not a crime. So never get discouraged because someone didn't know how to respect you. My content ain't for everybody. It's not. But I truly appreciate time to the genuine ones only. You mad and you are worthy, regardless of who gave up on you, who overlooked you, who judged a book by its cover, regardless of your sexual orientation, your sexual orientation, your disability, your age, or your religion. or your culture. You mad and you're worthy. Do not give up on yourself. And I say that respectfully. Always be your authentic self with no malicious intentions. Because someone tries to dim your light when it comes to your confidence at the end of the day, because you're willing to see the light that God installed within you to become your best self vision of yourself, never get discouraged. Because it's sad and discouraged. It's sad and discouraged to see at the end of the day how folks, regardless of their culture, their religion, their sexual orientation, or their disability, will sit here and play you close at the end of the day. And they got malicious intentions. They don't want you to be mentally stable. They don't want you to move further in life because they don't know which direction to turn. They not understand at the end of the day, yeah, you didn't have that moms and your pops in your life to show you structure. You didn't have that moms and your pops in your life to show up for you and say, I love you. You didn't have that guardian in your life to show you certain things that needed to be in your life installed within you to show you at the end of the day, they was your biggest cheerleader at the end of the day. They don't understand it. They don't understand what it took for you to overcome certain obstacles alone, and only for the realize at the end of the day, God was by your side this whole entire time. They don't understand how you keep pushing through. How you keep pushing through being sick. How you keep pushing through knowing you're homeless right now. How you keep pushing through knowing at the end of the day someone threw spoke at you in a toxic way. How do you keep pushing through when someone said that you wasn't going to be nobody? How do you keep pushing through when someone wants to make you feel like you're supposed to live in fear? How do you keep getting up every single day? It's nothing but God allowing you to see. Because you're praying for yourself, not against yourself. And you ain't have to hurt nobody. You wasn't trying to put your neighbor in competition at the end of the day when you wanted everybody to elevate at the end of the day. But your neighbor discovered you at the end of the day, only to realize they judge a book by its cover when it came to you. You matter and you are worthy. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. It's not. But when you choose you, regardless to what was indulged within you from a child point of view going into adulthood, healing, trauma, and pain will never be an overnight process. It won't. It won't. And I say that respectfully. But you matter and you are worthy. Not to give up on yourself. They will never understand the confidence that it took for you to recognize at the end of the day that you are worthy. You don't look like what you've been through. But you believed in you. Because God allows you to see to believe in yourself. And not to get discouraged or lose hope. Or lose sight of day, because God is allowing you to see. Certain folks are not able to see. Certain folks are not able to walk, talk, hear. Certain verbally things that they're not able to do, but you are able to. You didn't allow yourself to become a victim because someone mistreated you. They gave up on you. They didn't know how to love you. Certain folks can't have certain control over certain situations, but you are able to. You are able to walk away from a situation. Certain folks can't walk away from certain folks at the end of the day because they're mentally just bound. They mentally can't go nowhere because their disability is holding them in a situation at the end of the day that they can't go to a certain direction. All they can do is try to pray within and ask God for the right direction to send the right people into their life to truly protect them and rescue them. My content is not for everybody. But God allows you to see another day. Even when you felt like you couldn't even get out of bed this morning. To get up and prepare a meal for yourself. Or let alone you didn't know what direction to turn when you have to leave out of that facility when it comes to being homeless. Didn't know which direction to turn and say, how am I going to start my day? Not understanding where your next dollar is going to come from. Pocket so low. They don't understand how you're choosing yourself. You just got diagnosed by the doctor. Can't even pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm not okay today. You can't pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm hungry today. And those same folks on the other end of that phone with a lot of folks at the end of the day act like they so love you. Like they got your back, like they wouldn't put you in that mindset at the end of the day that you're not that you lying and stuff. Like they will put you in that mindset as to you're lying. You're being a manipulative person. When that's not true. All those years that done went by at the end of the day. Nobody was checking for you. They don't understand how you keep pushing through. You praying for yourself, not against yourself. And they don't understand how do you keep going. When you truly protected by the good God and asking God to remove anybody that don't belong in your life at the end of the day, that's making you mentally unstable. Because dealing with depression, anxiety, PTSD, you put a name in your book at the end of the day, will cause you to be in the ER. Dealing with high blood pressure, psyching yourself out your own freedom. Because someone don't know how to love you, respect you at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. This type of stuff happens every single day. You ain't doing it for likes and views at the end of the day, let alone comments when it's your reality. Something that you gotta face every single day. My content is not for everybody, but this type of stuff happens every single day. It's not about $1. And I say that respectfully. Because when you ain't got your health at the end of the day, what direction are you possibly turning at the end of the day? When a doctor said they can't help you and you gotta call on God to heal you. The energy hits different. It does. They would never understand at the end of the day what it took for you to recognize that you are worthy. That you didn't allow someone to discourage you because they didn't know how to love you. They did not know how to respect you. They took your kindness for weakness. They portrayed you to be someone that you truly wasn't when you knew how to respect somebody and be kind to them. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. And you was just trying to see your way through to understand the obstacles that was placed in front of you, that you wasn't trying to have excuses. You wasn't trying to be within the mindset of being your own worst enemy. You wasn't trying to be your own worst enemy. Who wants to be their own worst enemy? That's what the enemy wants. The enemy wants you to be your own worst enemy. But when God shows you direction, when God shows you structure at the end of the day, when God shows you guidance at the end of the day, when God shows you at the end of the day, I have not given up on you. You matter and you are worthy. Do not give up on yourself. I know you know how it feels to deal with abandonment issues. It wasn't okay. But I'm going to send the right people into your life to show you at the end of the day, you ain't got to deal with that pain. You ain't got to worry about watching your back. You ain't got to worry about your pockets at the end of the day. You ain't got to worry about somebody psyching you out your thought process or your freedom at the end of the day. Because the people that I'm sending into your life, they're going to have self-control. They're going to have self-awareness. They're going to have self-respect. And guess what? I'm going to throw a little extra in there too. They're going to protect you. They're not going to go against you. Y'all going to elevate together and they're going to protect you. You never had nobody to protect you ever in your life. Never. And you was truly a popular loner and you wasn't doing it for likes and views at the end of the day because it was your reality. It was your reality. They would never understand at the end of the day, it was certain trauma and pains that was endured with you from a child point of view. You may have been sexually assaulted, and I say this respectfully. Dealing with discrimination, hate crime, violence, sickness. You put a name to your book. And all this stuff went into your adulthood. It was supposed to psych you out your thought process. Even spell work being done on you, being projected on you at the end of the day. They not understand that, wow, how you keep going. Why you didn't get discouraged yet? Why isn't it working? I keep showing up to see if it's working. And why it ain't working yet? Why your face ain't breaking out today? I did a beauty spell on your ass. Why it's not working? I didn't want your love life to go properly. I did a spell work on you. I did spell work on you in the most unhealthiest way, so you won't find love. So you won't be happy. Huh? You be so surprised who's going against you. And it's sad sometimes when it's your own folks that was supposed to protect you and love you. And then to hear that as a stranger in the street that you don't even know. That made you so uncomfortable that you truly got to protect your energy. Because folks will be out here energy harvesting off your energy at the end of the day. Trying to swipe destinies with you when you least expect it. And then they pick and choose at the end of the day who they want to bully. And they hide their hands like, nah, I didn't do that day. But God saw what they was doing at the end of the day. When you don't worship the devil, the energy is different. They got to gang stalk you, one person. It takes a group of people to go against one person who got self-control. They try to antagonize your character that day, and you didn't get out of character. You was in your lane, minding your business. And you was just trying to elevate. You was trying to recognize you. You was trying to love you. You was trying to find peace within, the better you. You ain't have excuses, but someone was playing you close, not to see you woke. It's a thought process to me. This type of stuff happens every single day. Every single day. How an evil dollar, how someone would pay somebody to get information on the next person at the end of the day. Was it truly worth it? Was it? Neighbor? You're still dealing with depression. You're still dealing with abandonment issues. You're still dealing with lack of love. You're still dealing with lack of confidence. Behind closed doors, you may not show it at the end of the day when you post them pictures on the internet. You got a smile on your face, barely frowning, but you're truly miserable. Wanting somebody to love you and respect you at the end of the day, but you don't know how to respect your neighbor because you try to discourage your neighbor with lack of respect. When someone didn't have malicious intentions towards you, and then you disrespect somebody. Oh, I don't need friends. All right, yeah, you right, you don't need friends. Acting like that, I wouldn't want to be your friend either. And I say that respectfully. Because it took an evil dollar at the end of the day for you to tell someone a whole bunch of lies about somebody at the end of the day, and you don't even know yourself. This type of stuff happens every single day when you least expect it, and it's so unhealthy. And a person that's paying these folks at the end of the day, they say that they so real only for the mask to fall off, and they ain't got common sense. And I say that respectfully. If the shoe fit, wear it. It's a thought process for me. I know how to take accountability for my actions, and I know how to speak on what I've been through, and I know how to speak on what I did and what I didn't do at the end of the day, something that you can't do. Neighbor, I ain't scared. I ain't hiding from nobody. I said what I said, and I said what I said that day. Yes, I did. What happened, neighbor? But can you tell what you did that day at the end of the day, neighbor? That you had to play me close not to see me woke? And at the end of the day, I knew how to respect you at the end of the day with no malicious intentions? It be the thought process for me. How folks think you're so scared of them at the end of the day. When God is showing up, when you least expect it to truly protect you. And at the end of the day, God is not allowing you to hold back. Because God is guiding you to the way. It's a thought process for me. How certain folks at the end of the day think they can shut you up. Or you're supposed to be scared or live in fear at the end of the day. They're going to humiliate you, disrespect you, embarrass you. You can't tell nobody nothing that I can't tell them at the end of the day. I know what happened that day. If I reached out to you to that day, I reached out to you to that day. If I did this, I did that day. I did it, I did it, I did it. If I did it, I did it. But are you going to tell what you did? Are you going to tell your side of the story? No, because at the end of the day, folks going to look at you like you crazy. Like, why would you do such a thing when someone knew how to respect you? Yeah, everybody not supposed to be part of our journey at the end of the day, but why would you do such a thing, neighbor? That person didn't have no malicious intentions towards you. That person didn't disrespect you. So you mean to tell me you had to play that person close at the end of the day to do all this what you did with them doing at the end of the day, and you can't take accountability for your actions, but you say that you're so real? It's a thought process to me. Loving yourself is not a crime, and never get discovered because someone wants you to live in fear. And I say that respectfully. They try to humiliate you. They try to disrespect you. But they don't understand how you continue to prosper at the end of the day when God is showing you the right way. They can't take your anointings from you. And you can't be somebody that you're truly not. When the good God is stored within you at the end of the day, can't nobody take away. Not even a little bit. God is not for sale, and God has never been for sale. Never. A lot of folks at the end of the day, they would despise you because you don't lack confidence. And they not used to somebody being real. And when you're not used to somebody being real, you disrespect them instead of disrespecting the folks that's actually disrespecting you at the end of the day. It be the mindset for me. You rather disrespect somebody who's not disrespecting you than disrespect the folks that's actually disrespecting you. Make it make sense, because the math ain't math at the end of the day. But you say you're so real at the end of the day, though, right? It really be the thought process. Me save your apologies for somebody else. It's a thought process for me. But God works in mysterious ways. Never get discouraged from loving yourself. And I say that respectfully. It's not that you think you're better than somebody, because someone that's one-sided, that lacks self-awareness, will sit there and say that because they don't have confidence within themselves and they can't be their authentic self. Will sit there and say, oh, you think you're better than somebody. Excuse me? I never showed you that type of energy at the end of the day. I never showed you that I was in competition with you. I never showed you that I disrespected you. All I did was respect you. And all I was doing was being kind to you. And all I showed you at the end of the day what real looks like up close in person. And I didn't have to switch up on you. But the first thing that you wanted to do is disrespect me at the end of the day. Something that you're not used to is somebody being real. Checkmate. It's a thought process to me. How this type of stuff happens every single day. And people pick and choose who they want to bully. When they take your kindness for weakness. They portray you to be somebody that you're truly not. When you truly know how to mentally go within and self-reflect, to understand self-control, when they try to antagonize your character, they not understanding at the end of the day that you truly protected by the good God. And you not out here worshiping the devil. You not out here all money and good money. No. I'd rather be at peace with myself without wearing a mask. I'd rather love me and say at the end of the day, I choose me. It's a thought process to me. Certain folks at the end of the day will have this mindset of being one-sided because they're so used to this mindset of this being real, and there ain't nothing real about you kicking somebody down, discouraging somebody. You see somebody elevating, you may have more money than them, and you don't want someone to prosper faster than you. It be the thought process to me. How you say you real or you a boss at the end of the day, but you discouraging somebody. A real boss don't discourage somebody. A real boss don't play somebody close enough to see them woke. And I say that respectfully. That's the enemy talking. It's a thought process because all money ain't good money. It's not. And especially when you lack self-love, when you lack self-peace at the end of the day, and this is your mindset of you being brought up, and the first thing you say is, oh, well, I didn't have my mother, my father in my life, or whatever the case may be, it's nothing but a bunch of bull crap. It really is. Because you laughed too fast. You thought it was funny. Like you in junior high school or something. Acting your shoe size your body weight. It really be the thought process for me. How folks be out here saying that they so real. Disrespecting somebody that you don't even know. What malicious intentions. It really be the thought process for me. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's the thought process for me. Loving yourself is not a crime. So never get discouraged at the end of the day, and I say that respectfully. Because someone doesn't know how to show up for you, let alone respect you. It's a thought process to me. This type of stuff happens every single day. How someone that says they so real at the end of the day, they don't want to see you elevate. And it was never a competition. It was never a competition because everybody's in their own lane. And who is truly for you is going to show up for you with no malicious intentions. Who's truly for you is going to respect you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day with no malicious intentions. It's a thought process to me. Be mindful and wise when judging a book by its cover. And it's sad and disturbing to see how certain folks have children that they brought into this world. They brought beautiful babies into this world. And they have this mindset of discouraging their neighbor, disrespecting their neighbor. And they forget that at the end of the day, they're told they bring babies into this world that they don't want that same projection to be on at the end of the day. But you out here doing people wrong when they ain't got malicious intentions. So now when your baby goes to that schoolhouse, now you got to think at the end of the day, well, I was bothering somebody and they ain't got malicious intentions. Now your baby goes to the schoolhouse. At the end of the day, they wasn't bothering nobody, but somebody child had malicious intentions. Now let the math do the math at the end of the day. You gonna reap what you sow. It's called karma. It may not be dished out to you at the end of the day when you least expect it, but you truly gonna feel it. It's a thought process to me. My content ain't for everybody. It's not. Save your negative energy at the end of the day. For your mama. Here's the thought process for me. My content ain't for everybody. Have a nice day. It's a thought process for me. But it really be the thought process for me, for real. Be mindful and watch how you treat folks. No, for real, because you're saying that you're so real, but then you forget at the end of the day the lack of awareness that you truly have. How you bothering an innocent person. An innocent person who didn't that didn't disrespect you, that didn't have malicious intentions, that didn't put you in secret competition, they wasn't gang stalking you, all types of stuff. But you got all this animosity towards somebody at the end of the day that's in their own lane. Because they got confidence, they love they love themselves, they know how to respect their neighbor, they get genuine love at the end of the day, and they ain't gotta try hard because they just themselves. They ain't gotta try hard to do nothing at the end of the day. They ain't gotta fit in. They ain't self. It's thought process me. The crowd just comes. It's the thought process me. And they not seeking attention. Something that you couldn't get in tune with. You was looking for revenge at the end of the day. Or because you didn't have self-awareness. Battling your own demons. Only to realize at the end of the day, you was your own victim. Mentally unstable. Need a whole straight body jack. On your way to ER, and I say that respectfully. Doctor's prescription, leave innocent people alone. Playing victim. It really be the thought process to me. My content is not for everybody. It's not. But loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. I true preach time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day, have a safe week, have a safe month, have a safe year. Have a safe weekend. Protect your energy. Not everybody is meant to be part of your journey. They're not. Everybody's not meant to be part of your journey. And that's okay. You know, regardless to your mom's not being in your life, that guardian was supposed to show up for you and love you right, or be your biggest support team, and they didn't know how, and they manipulate everybody at the end of the day like, oh, they lying and all that. You know what you experienced, you know what you've been through, and can't nobody take away what you experienced in your reality when it comes to your childhood and when it comes to your adulthood. And I say that respectfully. You allowing yourself to become your best self vision of yourself. Never allow someone to discourage you regardless to who gave up on you, who overlooked you, who didn't know how to respect you, who took your kindness for weakness, let alone folks who threw sport at you in a toxic way. You matter and you are worthy. You matter. You matter, you matter, you matter, you matter. You know, healing trauma and pain will never be erased. Certain folks will never understand the obstacles that was placed in front of you. How do you choose you? How? How you show up for yourself? All that stuff that you experience from a child point of view going into your adulthood. How? How you show up for you? Being abused, being disrespected, mistreated, the lack of love, the violence, the hate crime. How you keep showing up? God is truly protecting you. When you're praying for yourself, not against yourself, they will never understand your faith. When you ain't got malicious intentions, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, you matter your word, they don't get discouraged today. Now you genuine love, respect. I am the original owner of all my content, and I say that respectfully. Peace and respect, respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. It's the thought process. Me loving yourself at the end of the day. Never think you like it, discourage or let on live in fear. Because at the end of the day, misery loves company. Your neighbor tried to discourage you that day. Only realized they fell short on their ass at the end of the day. Only realized they judged a book by its cover when you was minding your business. Continue to elevate. And I say that respectfully. It's a thought process for me. Naya, genuine love, respect. I speak time to the genuine ones only. Have a good day. Thank you for your time. I gotta go. I need a nap.